Hi, I'm Jonathan McDonald. I'm here today with Province Sports columnist Tony Gallagher to talk Canucks. Tony, we're going to skip right over Friday night's game between the Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers. We want to move on to Saturday night, where the Canucks are back at home hosting the Tampa Bay Lightning, a true Stanley Cup contender from the Eastern Conference. Now, interesting situation for the Lightning, not having played in a few days. It'll have actually been 4 nights for them since they played back in the Sunshine State. They have 17 players under 30 years old, and we have somewhere that players under 30 like to go, called the Roxy.
Right.
Could the Tampa Bay Lightning feel the Roxy effect, Saturday?
Not at all. They're completely and totally immune from the Roxy effect, because anyone who's been to Tampa and been to the gentlemen's clubs there, not that I would be one of those people, that they are the best anywhere. So when they come to the Roxy, they'll probably be horrified. If they go to any of the strip joints, they'll be horrified at the poor quality. And so I think the Canucks are not going to get a break that way. So they'd be well advised to win in Edmonton and then hope for the best against a team who's sitting here waiting for them. And actually, some of the more serious players will actually be watching them play Friday night in Edmonton.
No, absolutely. Now, one of the key new members of the Tampa Bay Lightning is former Canuck Jason Garrison. He, of course, has joined a fairly deep defense that includes former #2 overall Victor Hedman, who's off to a monstrous Norris Trophy start to the season. The Garrison situation, he didn't leave here on the best of terms, did he?
No, he didn't. He was very, very sour to get the call, and there was quite the standoff, as it were, with Vancouver management for a while. He originally said no, he wasn't going to the destination they had in mind, which is believed to be St. Louis. He said, no, I'm not going. I guess he felt he'd be way down the pecking order behind, Shattenkirk and all the guys they've got there who'd be ahead of him. So he finally got the message that, hey, I guess I'm not wanted here over a 2-week period, and said finally he agreed to go to their next destination. I gather there was another team in between, although that's unclear. He wanted to be very careful in the interview I had with him, but there might have been another team as well, so it's possible that Tampa was actually Vancouver's 3rd choice of deals, but he agreed to go partly because Tampa is such a very good team.
One of the wonderful things about the NHL's new balanced schedule is that we see every team come to Rogers Arena every year, and of course being able to see Steven Stamkos is like being able to see Sidney Crosby. Stamkos, of course, has a 50-goal season under his belt. He has a 60-goal season under his belt. If it wasn't for injury or a lockout season, he'd have 2 more 50 or 60-goal seasons. What era is this guy from?
Yeah, he's from a different era, a different planet, really. He's the best finisher in the game by 100 miles. He can score from anywhere. People tend to think of him as the guy who gets most of his goals on the power play from the off wing, where he first times that pass from the point and just hammers it into kind of really what is about a 3-foot strip. And not even that. By the time the goalie gets over there, he's got nothing to shoot at, but he just finds a place to score. But he can score from bad angles on the right wing, offensive right wing. He score from anywhere. Just a great shooter, great scorer, great anticipator, and the Canucks are going to have to be all over him because he's just the best scorer in the game right now.
Well, after the Canucks open their season with 3 games against 2 of the worst teams in the NHL, it's going to be exciting to see one of the best.
Finally, yeah. I mean, obviously they've got that very difficult road trip next week, which will begin to give us an indication of where they are in reality. But in the meantime, they're in the pleasant world of the Calgary-Edmonton rotisserie, as it were, and they'd be well advised to take advantage of the Oilers, who are completely disorganized in their own zone. They have no idea what they're doing. They may not be that way all year, so strike while the iron is hot.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing you at the Roxy this weekend, Tony. Thanks very much.
Just to check it out.
Okay.